Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. Hope rises for James Ibori and Diezani Madueke. This news is from Daily Trust. Yes, let's get into the news proper. Say Baba's newly reconstituted cabinet is the real anti-corruption council. Some old wine preserved better in new wineskins. Jesus wasn't a brewer. He was a carpenter's son. Evidently, there are different versions of Niger. The Niger of General Buhari's first-term vision is completely different from the reality painted by the press boys. This is Buhari's own verdict. We have exited the country from recession, restored economic growth, curbed inflation and shored up our external reserves. As a result, we have witnessed 8 quarters of consistent growth over the past 2.5 years, providing more opportunities for Nigerians. As I listened to the speech, I kept wailing, hallelujah. I didn't read the Punch titles accusing Canada of stealing Niger lazy youth and retort from those youth loudly saying they are happy to be stolen. Caveat emptor. Canadian Paris could be scenic in summer. They are brutally cold in winter. Babatunde Raji Fashola, the Lagos miracle man who lost the Midas touch after overflying the lagoon, is back with reduced responsibility and a promise to submit a budget in 2 weeks. Ground no level after February's constable elections. In the weeks between the lapse of BRF old mandate and its renewal, that is a Fashola, government has tinkered with buying back or it is selling its power shares. Fashola doesn't have to take the flock for reversing religion and science in letting darkness overcome the light. That honor is now transferred to Saleh Mama and Jedi Agba and his sidekick. As a returning science and technology minister, Ogbonnaya Ono would soon unveil the Niger Super Pencil. I understand it is laser guided and will visibly write in the skies. If anyone reads Mene Teke of Racine in the clear blue sky, they should not panic. Ono's pencil, promised since 2015, will be numbered uncounted wonder of Bubu's second term. As promised, Buhari retained some old faces, rehabilitated those once written off, and hired some newbies. You would have sworn that Rauf Aregbesol's religion and can't handle grease, but he has promised to soil the fingers of the staff at the Interior Ministry as he addresses insecurity, except a greasy template from the new Minister of Public Holidays. Disappointed that people loved London pizza more than Benue yams, Audu Ogbe took a bow. His brief falls in the hands of Sabo Nanono, who studied business administration but, having no industry to administer, ended up as a farmer. Our good friend Adamu is back in education. Is it the lack of it? This time around, he won't be negotiating with ASU, NASU, and NAMU. The brief goes to Chris Ngige, who packs the potency of a negotiating dynamite as he tackles labor matters. Gbemisola Saraki is in charge of transportation. Long live the Chinese construction company. To the brand new old hands, Otumba Adeniyi Adebayo rises from the ashes of a write-off since serving Ekiti between 1999 to 2005. This comeback kid now handles trade and investment. He will have his hands full of global investors, preferred trader where electricity is pipe dream. The Otumba has beautiful Miriam Katagu for inspiration if he ever needed one. Now, many people would forget the duo of Godswill Akpabio and Timipre Silva. At a time, his political enemies would want him buried in the avalanche of criticism for the things he did and he didn't do. Godswill crossed the floor of the Senate and became the president and ruining party's favorites. Subsequently, the corruption charges against him dropped like ripened mangoes in a windstorm. Having watched in the party's pool of Siloam, he is now sent to oversee the entire Niger Delta, the home of oil. Akpabio is unlikely to change priest soon. Seeing his first name works, his enemies have lived to see him become a minister of the Federal Republic. He is in good company with Mekushia Festus Keyamo, whose loyalty to Pabubu is unrivaled anywhere in the Niger Delta. Somebody shout hallelujah. Only the image of Saddam Hussein holds up in his attic matches that of Timothy Silva when the old EFCC called at his Abuja home years ago. The hard-working ex-governor of Bayelsa lost several houses, some counted 48, and was written off by his foes. Out of the APC pool, he regained his houses and what the palmworm and caterpillars had eaten. As the snail laps the earth with the same mouth with which it insults the gods, Silva's enemies would now have to call him Honorable Minister. He is closest to Muhammadu Buhari's heart in the Petroleum Ministry. My own colleague, Sunday Dara, is the new Babaiwe of Niger as Youth Minister. Dara speaks well. He dresses well and he speaks well. Sadiya Umar Farouk is pioneer boss in the new Ministry of Disaster Management and Humanitarian Affairs. Pauline Talin is out of rehab. Rotimi Amechi, the only minister who doesn't like money, is back. So is Hadi Siriki, the man who created a paper headline and flew it in London. Lie is back in his base. A cabinet like this instills hope in James Ibori's big return to national limelight. It says Diezani Alisi Madueke to never give up. Sinners become saints, rising from the APC pool of Siloam. Mashallah, in the abracadabra world of Niger policies, only Alamisia's hope of redemption is buried until the day of resurrection. If you live long enough, find the road to APC. Being written off as finished is nothing. In the same place where you were called not my own, you will be pronounced as beloved. Oh, so guys, this writer, like I told you, this article is coming from a Daily Trust. If you go to their website, you will see the details there. I think they are just trying to be sarcastic because if you really read the listen to the news, most of the English were just like trying to speak in parables. But at the end of the day, the overall the meaning of the this article is just all about people telling you that they are fighting corruption, and meanwhile see all of those people coming back, even working with this same person that is projecting, that said he has an integrity. So that is what this whole thing is really talking about, and talking about some of them that have really worked before, with this administration and the last administration, coming back, just like Ogbonoya Onu saying that by 2018 that will produce more pencil. Up till now, we don't know where those pencils are, because it's a minister of science and technology. So technology means that you're going to be bringing new things to the table. You're going to be inventing. But as we speak today, nothing happened. I'm sure this writer did not even remember this other man, the minister for petroleum of state for state. I'm trying to remember his name. Kachuku, yes, Kachuku said by the end of 2019, if by 2019, not even by end of 2019, he said by 2019, if refineries are not built, that he will resign. Meaning that he promised that they are going to build a lot of refineries, because as soon as they came in, everybody believed that, PDP had done wars. Now we have seen messiahs and they are saying a lot of things. But before, after 1 or 2 years, it was a different story entirely. But at the end of 2019, people were like, even if guys don't come back 2019, so then what happens? That means, and you did not, if you had not built any refinery, so then what happens? That means you just go. But luckily for them, they came back. But unfortunately, him himself that promised that refinery couldn't come back, and he couldn't make the second list or the second tenure of Buhari administration or an APC administration. So that's why I said the writer did not even include him there. So a lot of promises, a lot of this and that, from the first paragraph, the person was talking about, that is their slogan, the rhetoric that they will always tell you, that the first 8 quarters has been so steady. They've been able to, curb the issue of a recession. They've been able to bring the economy back on track. Like I always tell people, it's just like maybe somebody who is going on a journey, let's say from 1 to 10, and the person maybe the former driver has taken the journey to like 7. People were like, no, you told us you're going to take us to 10, but the person couldn't really make it. The driver was able to drive the passenger to stage 7. At the end of the day, people were really angry. Okay, you are a bad driver, you don't have what it takes, you need to go back. We need somebody that will take us to 10. And they employed another driver came in. Before you know, the driver reversed again. It took them back again to level 3. People were like, what is happening? Say, no, the new driver said, don't worry. By the time I take off again, you will know what is happening. The person that took you to level 7, didn't pass through the normal road. And that was why he couldn't get to 10. People were like, really? Okay, let us see what we are going to do. So at some point, people were really tired. We're seeing that level 3, you took us back. It would have been better. You left us in level 7. Say, please, don't worry. Forget about all of those things. Then at some point, the driver was now, progressing from 3 that it took them. It took them from 7 back to 3. From 3, he was able to take them back to 4. He was not telling people, the passengers, see, I told you that I'm going to make it. People were like, okay, it's possible that this driver knows what he's talking about. He took them to 5, and from there he stuck there. Before you know it, he started giving a lot of excuses. Oh, the vehicle is bad, this and that. That's why I cannot even get to 7 that I took you people from. People were like, why did you tell us that you were going to do it? He started giving excuses. Oh, the tire is not good, the brain boss, the whatever, the shock absorber and all of that. People like, oh, the passengers like, if you knew quite all right, you would have left us in that 7. So he didn't even know that all those things were really faulty before you started making mouths that you are going to take us to level 10. We should have been better that we are seeing level 7. And at the end of the day, say, oh, I'm not a magician, I'm not a this and that. I take my driving, slowly. So you don't just have to be, you guys are too in haste. You are this and this and that. A lot of damages have cropped in, with the vehicle. So I need to put the vehicle together and all of that. Those are the things, this thing is really applicable to Nigeria, and the driver, and that is just what is happening. So they take you from 7 back to 3, and now they are able to move to 4. They are not telling you that they have done wonders. So there's no job done at all. So those are their rhetorics. They will be telling you this and this and that. But to sum everything up, what he's saying is that, the reason why the issue of a James Ibori and Diezani came up is that there is hope, no matter how, people have painted you, no matter your offense, no matter whatever. Don't just bother. There's still hope. As far as this administration is concerned, there is still hope for you, irrespective of how you have soiled your hand, irrespective of what you have taken from the cookie jar. It doesn't matter. People can always say that in as much you can come back to their party, forget it, everything will be history. So in a nutshell, that is just what this news is just talking about. It's just trying to be sarcastic. Is sarcasm. So that's just the way it is. So every one of us will be able to read in between lines. A lot of people already know this, so it's not a new thing, but it's trying to buttress that even every day by day you keep on seeing things that will make you that no, these people never meant well. They never meant well. But it is not too late if they can, they can get back on track. But the way they started since 2015 till now is nothing to write home about. It's nothing that, it's not giving anybody joy. It's not giving anybody hope. Unless those people that are just economical with the truth. If you're economical with the truth, you can say, oh, everything is fine. But if you're objective, and you are not just trying to tilt to any party, you need to be objective and look at things thoroughly. You know that things are not going on well. But within you, one thing I believe is that if you lie to other people, you cannot lie to yourself. That is just the natural thing. Of course, nobody is saying here PDP has done well or whatever. It's a known fact. All the things that they did is a known fact. But coming out from that place and somebody's telling us, oh, these guys are bad. Of course, we know. You don't need to tell us about PDP. We know all of those things. And that was why people said, no, let us change. But we came again and we now see that even the old people are even better with what we are seeing. So, guys, that is just my own opinion concerning this article from Daily Trust. Please put down your comments below and let's hear your own take. Thank you very much for always listening. Bye.